country helping business run. They haul everything safely and on time. They connect the factories built along the lines. We've got the goods to help give this economy a spark. Our trains, tracks, and bridges, oh, they'll get you pretty far. Norfolk Southern, what's your function? Hooking up the country, helping business run. Norfolk Southern, how's that function? Helping this big country move ahead as one. We're investing big to keep our country in the lead. We keep moving to deliver what you need, and that means jobs. Lots of people making lots and lots of things. Let's get your business rolling now. Everybody sing. Norfolk Southern, what's your function? Hooking up the country, helping business run. Norfolk Southern, how's that function? Helping this big country move ahead as one.
Towards the beginning of 2018, things here on the Norfolk Southern Railroad started changing in a big way, because of two leased EMD SD45-2 locomotives from Helm Leasing showed up on the property. The reasoning behind this is because the railroad was experiencing an increase in traffic levels, and the higher-ups from NS realized that they did not have enough locomotives on hand to compensate for that. The other reason why the need for extra locomotives was so dire is because a huge percentage of Norfolk Southern's own power was going into the shops either for rebuilds or for general maintenance, and they needed fill-in power to compensate for the lack of locomotives, but NS decided to take another approach towards the matter. And so Norfolk Southern went down the rabbit hole and leased a bunch of locomotives from other Class 1 railroads, while the out-of-service locomotives on NS were going through their rebuilds or repair processes, and while the locomotives in service on Norfolk Southern continued doing their jobs, and sometimes having the extra help as well. As the months continue to fly by, all the lease power on Norfolk Southern were doing their jobs, earning the revenue NS was needing to carry out the repairs and rebuilds they were needing to follow through with. Unfortunately, though, not all of the lease power was a perfect fit. Why, you may ask? Because one of the leased locomotives hasn't been living up to Norfolk Southern's expectations. He hails from CSX and is a well-known ET44AH by the name of Caesar. Unlike the famous dog whisperer, Caesar is not a particularly nice person. Although when Caesar's working on CSX, he's a pretty hard worker and is a good friend to some of the CSX locomotives. But when he's seen on foreign roads, like Norfolk Southern and BNSF in particular, he can be quite a butthead and cause a lot of problems. And during the leasing craze on Norfolk Southern, that was no exception. Okay, Caesar, what's the big deal here? I started your engine up 3 times and it keeps shutting down. Okay, what's wrong? The engine has shut down for the 4th time now. That's because I haven't been feeling well lately. Listen, I don't want to hear any lame excuses just so you can get a day off for once. Listen, engineer, I'm not making this up. I'm really not feeling well today. Ugh. Is anyone else willing to take up his assignments for today? Seriously? You know he's faking it. He could be faking it, but there's a distinct possibility he may not be faking it, so as of right now, you're just gonna have to suck it up and take his work. I'll let the yardmaster know that we're doing this and he'll tweak your assignments. Jeez, I can't believe you're falling into CSX laziness. Should I say SUX? Basically, for the following week that came after that, both Drake and Buck had to work overtime to compensate for the increased workload, because they had their own assignments to deal with, and Caesar's assignments on top of that he decided to sit out on, and they always came back to the Buckeye Roundhouse exhausted. Hey Caesar, you're up. What do you mean, I'm up? Your orders just came in an hour ago. You have been assigned to take an empty coal train down to West Virginia in the coal mines for another load of coal. Can I trust you on that? That's quite a shame because I was just making myself comfortable at this spot in the roundhouse. Oh, we can make you work if you want us to, Caesar. I just got wind of the fact that you were being a lazy ass making Buck and Drake do your assignments on top of the ones they already had. Plus, I just got off the phone with the mayor a minute ago and he's pretty ticked off with you, so if I were you, I'd get off to work. Alright, sir, I guess I'll do it. What do you want? To wake up. There is such thing as too much sleep, you know. For the love of God, can you just leave me alone? I'm exhausted. You just got a brand new set of orders and they came right from our very own yardmaster here at Buckeye. Hey, you better listen to me right now, you Tier 4 piece of shit. I've been out there busting my ass to compensate for the extra workload that I got on top of the one I already had. So if you don't mind, I'm going back to sleep. If you dare wake me up one more time, I will personally take you down to the Progress Rail Mayfield, Kentucky shops, and you'll rot there. Hey, there's a time and a place for everything. This is not the time, nor the place. Drake, you can go back to sleep. And Caesar, get back to work! Now! My God, is it just me, or do the engines around here simply have no respect for foreign engines like me that are not from their railroad? That's just something I just won't understand. Well, Caesar, you brought most of this on yourself. You made Buck and Drake work overtime with their own assignments, and the assignments that you decided to sit out on for a solid week. So, basically, you should be thanking them for working their tails off while you did absolutely nothing. You know something, engineer? You got a big mouth for a small head. I'm just gonna show these NS idiots just what CSX locomotives like myself can do. We'll get this load of coal down to West Virginia with time to spare, and you're gonna help me accomplish this task whether you like it or not. Oh, great, Caesar. Now we're experiencing engine troubles thanks to your arrogance. His engineer was indeed right. As they were nearing Waverly, Ohio, they were about to experience and cause a major headache for trains operating on the Columbus District. Alright, Caesar, I'm about to figure out what the deal is with your prime mover and why it was making that weird sound. His engineer did not have to look far because the problem was indicated on the sight glass of Caesar's fuel tank.
Damn it!
We're out of fuel? What? How? I thought Tier 3 and Tier 4 compliant locomotives don't waste fuel. They don't. But we were flying down the main line at 70 miles an hour, so that'll explain something. Either way, though, we're gonna have to make a call to dispatch, and hopefully we'll get some assistance out here.
NS Columbus dispatch to the unit coal train 861. Over.
NS Train 861, go ahead. Over.
Okay, guys, so what's the problem? I've seen on my ATCS screen here at Dispatch Center that your train just OS Waverly 15 minutes ago. I just checked again, you guys are still down there, so, what seems to be the trouble?
I'm not sure how to explain this, but our engine has ran out of fuel.
Your engine has ran out of fuel. Wonder how that happened.
To tell you the truth, sir, I really don't know.
What is your lead engine there, 861? Over.
It's the CSX ET44AH.
It's the CSX ET44AH. Oh, I remember now. It's that lazy engine that was just sitting at the Buckeye Roundhouse for a week while some of our other engines took up his assignments. If he didn't deplete his fuel tank while just sitting there doing nothing, I don't know how else that could have happened.
Well, we let him do whatever he wanted to do because he felt like that all of us here at Norfolk Southern weren't giving him the respect that he thinks that he deserves. So we decided to let him overspeed. Big time. Not to mention he threatened us with something that I don't know yet, but we had to let him do what he wants or else something bad could have happened. And clearly something bad did happen.
Wait, what? How fast can a Tier 4 Jiva that you got right there, how fast can it go?
I think we just found out for ourselves.
Dang it, you guys seem to be pretty stupid and ignorant about how fast things go and how things work around here. Since you're blocking one track on the main line, I'm going to have to route trains around you since you can't get your train moving yourself. Anyhow, there's a southbound intermodal train that just OS'd Chillicothe, and then once that train passes in Piketon, Ohio, a northbound manifest train just OS'd down there. So the higher priority intermodal train will come first, and then the mixed freight train will go northbound before any assistance can get out to you guys.
NS Train 861 out.
Alrighty, NS Columbus dispatch out.
Buck, what are you doing here?
For your information, I was assigned to take this train and your dead weight down to your destination.
My day can't possibly get any worse, can it?
Trust me, it will, considering the fact you've been very rude to us for the past 2 weeks. Drake and I had to cover your assignments because you're being lazy, and now I have to take time away from my workload and help you with yours. It's become clear to us that you haven't been living up to our railroad's expectations when we released you earlier this year to help us out combating an equipment shortage that we've come across because repairs and rebuilds are putting a lot of us out of service.
Basically, from Waverly, Ohio, all the way to their destination, the trip stayed like this the entire way, with Buck doing all the work and Caesar trailing as dead weight, although Caesar would get an unwarming welcome once they got to their destination in West Virginia. I've been receiving multiple reports about you, Caesar. Now here you are, sitting right in front of me, behind one of our own engines. Now, what was the meaning of all that crap that I've been hearing about over the past several weeks? You see, sir, I've been finding it difficult to work with you guys, especially today when you put Mr. Deckard Shaw here in command of my train. That's all the information I'm going to need for this. Now listen to me very carefully, Caesar. If you continue not living up to our railroad's expectations, I'm not going to hesitate to send you back to CSX immediately. And trust me, they're going to put you in a tighter spot than what we are going to do to you as of right now. Do I make myself clear? Okay, sir, now that was just rude.
Oh, so now you understand how we feel about your arrogant behavior, Caesar.
Alright, calm down, ladies. We can argue about this later. Now, Buck, you and Caesar are going to be put on a freight train that terminates in Roanoke, and Caesar will be dropped off down there. You know how that sounds? That sounds like a heck of a good idea to me. While Caesar was serving several months of his punishment at Norfolk Southern's Roanoke locomotive shops, the engines could rest a little easier. Will Caesar have learned from his mistakes and be a more responsible and courteous engine in the future? We may never know.